our previous video, we talked about two important techniques, decision mapping and unknowable unknowables. If you haven't watched the video yet, I suggest you to watch it first and then come to this one because these might be a little linked. In this video, we are going to be talking about how it is important to test your assumptions. I'll start with an example. Back in 2010, when President of the United States of America was Barack Obama, his advisor, Brennan John, he tested this with him when Obama was discussing about how and whether to attack a compound in Pakistan where Osama bin Laden was apparently hiding, might have been hiding. Although Brennan was very much convinced that he was there, he forced his team to explore every single reason why he might not be there. This helped them explore the assumptions so much that it resulted in a successful operation. Thinking, testing, gathering more and more information, it is much more important. Of course, we hear it everywhere, ignorance is bliss, but no, it doesn't help when you're making an important decision. You have to be so well informed and so well into the game and onto the ground that it also tests your beliefs, right? I mean, if you believe in something and some information is stalling that belief a little bit, it makes no sense to be making that decision on the basis of that belief. It is also important that you do not get stuck in the original framing of the problem. You have to reframe the problem so that you are closer to the solution. I'll explain this to you with an example again. So let's say you need, all of the community members decide that we need a new sports playground in the community. And then they come to the conclusion that we do not have enough funds to set it up. If you keep telling them, if you keep telling others that the problem is we are not able to find funds for the playground, for the children. And if it's not solving the problem, what do? You reframe the problem to how to get enough security funds. Now, the focus is on the funds rather than the playground. And now, if you keep thinking about it, then you can come to a very great idea that why do we need only a sports playground there? Maybe the government will give us the permission to have some food stalls or some, community business stalls or something of that sort near to that playground. And once that happens, you won't only get the funds from the community residents, but also from those stall owners, and that might help you get a proper security fund for the playground. And it would work. So you change the frame of reference of the problem. Of course, it is important to maintain focus, and it is important that you stick with what you're doing, and its persistence and all of that is important, but you need to enhance your mind space. You need to have the bigger picture, and that happens when you test your assumptions about something. This particular thing will happen this way only. That's not how it is, right? I mean, it could be happening in the future this way, or you could not just be doing this, but you could also be doing that. It is immense. I mean, the possibilities are millions. Few organizations make their decisions based on adequate rigor, but most of them do not have any process to explore newer options than what they started with. The quality of your decision is more if you have considered more choices, because that makes you have a lot of information in head, and you're making an informed decision, a well thought decision. That will always be better than just taking the leap of faith. In fact, your snapshot of your decision will change with time, according to the territory, according to the situations, consequences, everything. You want to consider most of them, obviously not everything because you can't, but you want to consider most of them. You want to predict the consequences. You want to be ready for those consequences as much as possible. This is not making you a coward, or this is not taking away that sense of spontaneity in you. It is just making a very smart choice. That's what it is. I mean, you can change your decision later on. No one is stopping you. But yeah, I mean, when you're making a decision, make an informed choice. You must have everything in your head all cleared out, and you are able to answer every why. Now we talked about the consequences of the decision, right? And how it changes with time, and how the snapshot of your decision will keep on changing and you have to react to it, making more and more decisions. This brings us to our next technique, which is predictability. And we're going to be talking about predictability in our next video.